If you like inspiration, look no farther than this week's Pepsi Spotlight, where an impressive multitasker who excels in three things has the stage. It's racing, it's academics, and it's farming. Most up-and-coming dragsters grow up in drag racing families. CJ Jenkins grew up behind a different kind of wheel and stumbled into the sport by channel surfing.
So one time, I think my dad, he was just trying to get me more involved into sports and stuff. And so we put on NHRA drag racing. I thought the sport was cool. And so then we went out to a local track, not too far away from here. And when I saw the juniors run, because, I never seen this sport before, so I was always in awe. But when the juniors came out, I was like, man, I found out that kids were running it. And, like most people, I really wanted to do that.
Well, it all started just going out to the racetrack, kind of a father-son day out the track, just outing. And we saw the juniors, and we felt like he could do it, and he just fell in love with it.
That love for the track went both ways. CJ quickly leveled up through speed divisions to the point where he can now compete against adults at age 16. But unlike most teenage drivers, he spends the rest of his week taking college-level courses and helping out on his dad's poultry farm.
A lot of late nights, so I try to do as much as I can during the day with the daylight that I have. I go to school, I come home, ask my dad if he needs any help. A lot of times he doesn't, because that's very manageable. He's very good at what he does, and so it gives me a little bit more time to do my homework and all. But when he does need help, sometimes it may get a little overwhelming, but majority of the time it's okay.
That commitment doesn't just come from him. While they might not have been a racing family 16 years ago, they sure are now. In the Jenkins household, racing solidifies the father-son bond every day.
Tell them to stay shallow, take a deep breath, hit that third buck, okay? Let's go get it.
I'd say racing is the thing that brought us closest together, just because there's so much communication that has to go on. I have to tell him what I saw in the car, what I felt in the car. He has to tell me what he thinks I should do when I get down there, what we should do before we get to the track, and so that all just kind of brings us closer together, creates more dialogue.
It teaches him a lot about mechanics, aerodynamics, being humble, being grateful, and also just brings the family together. It's collaborative. It's him and I a lot, but my wife, my daughter, and all, that we're all there together, all as a team.
The Jenkins team has won a lot. CJ's taken home plenty of big checks, but none of them have meant more than winning a nationwide invitational last December.
They took resumes and interviews of the top 64 drivers, of like 200 drivers in the country, and they picked the 64 that they thought was the best drivers in the country, and we ran in that, and we got the opportunity to win it. So I'd say that was probably the greatest thing that I've experienced, at least so far in my junior drag racing career.
The key words there might be so far. Remember the name, CJ Jenkins. Now, I was thinking about challenging CJ to a race in this nice Nissan Rogue WITN car that I've been rocking recently right in front of that garage of theirs, but luckily for CJ, I was a little bit low on time that day, and unfortunately, I'm running out of time on sports right now, so we'll see you next time.